Welcome, beautiful divine masculine and feminine darlings. This is the Seraphim Gem. I'm not used to going live on this one. This is the Seraphim Gem Gypsy, SeraFae Indigo Empress, and Shiloh Horizon. I don't plan to be here for too long, in fact, but I did just wake up with some pretty extreme dream prophecy. Also, YouTube's doing that thing where it switches. I don't like that very much. It's like mirroring my camera. No, I don't like that very much. Also, I was so tired last night, I accidentally fell asleep in my pajamas. Here we are, you know? But I'm up. I just need to go do some yoga and wake up a little bit. But this one was very vivid and very detailed. Grand Rising. And I even know which dirty cop specifically it was. 122. I know what they're planning. I know what they've been trying to plan. They're upset because they've been caught being dirty cops, or they've been trying to help criminals get away with things because they've been caught helping them being dirty cops, or they're friends and families with the criminals, and sometimes it's both. Sometimes that's their motive for helping criminals instead of apprehending them. There's that. Actually, this can be here. It's going out. I don't really need that anymore. Just to clear some space. But yeah, heard that. Why are we like this? Why did we do that? It's not working. It's not going to work. No, it's not. Always make it make sense. Look at the situation from every angle. Allow your intuitions to guide you. Yeah. Grand Rising. Hi, baby. I even slept in my bracelet. Look, you can see the mark on my arm from it. Maybe you can't. I can. I'm a medium, so I'm pretty sure that answer is self-explanatory. I communicate with angels, so again, I'm pretty sure that 322 answer is self-explanatory. In case you didn't catch that, the answer is yes. Your mother was born without a uterus. Well, how were you born then? I guess that's not technically impossible. As long as the other parts were working, there are ways around that. Yeah. And I'm reading cards right now. Do you have to ask that question? Establishing contact, invitation, fellowship. So tell me, I accidentally pulled out the love deck too. So I know that there's a divine masculine who knows what's going on, who knows that people are trying to cause harm, and he doesn't like it. He's wanting to step in. I wanted to do this while it was just fresh off of the spirit plane. Like I literally just rolled out of bed. That's a lot. I don't know. Could be just something with genetics. Forced marriage. Right, Rosaline. Okay, hold on. So this is about these cops, these dirty cops. Okay, because what they've been doing is enabling domestic abuse or helping people be domestically abusive or get away with it. So forced marriage and chastity and serious and formal, like for me, I've had to be very serious. I have been celibate for about a decade because I know my value. I know, first of all, condoms do not protect against spiritually transmitted demons. Okay. So I knew that it was better to reserve my energy for the right person and myself than be drained by other people. Pause for a second. Look at how much these energy vampires do in damage or try to do in damage. And we're not even having sex with them. Okay? Now imagine what happens when you let somebody stick their wing wang in one of your energy centers, especially one of the main ones, the root, where things often start in many cases. No, condoms don't protect against spiritually transmitted demons. Yes, they are. Vampires are real. Right. So if we need to keep ourselves safe from energy vampires, even just losers on the internet trying to cause problems, don't you think that you need to keep yourself reserved from people physically trying to drain you? Right. Then there's the bit with incubus and succubus spirits and demons, which really that's what an energy vampire is when they're in a human form, when they're in a physical form. Okay. The concept of a sleep demon or an incubus succubus spirit in human form, it's very promiscuous, right? They like a Jezebel spirit. They go around trying to seduce people, but they drain people. They're exhausting. And then with the incubus and succubus spirit, same thing. The concept is like they pin you down on your sleep, and siphon, like sexually assault you, which really is just an attack on the root chakra. You wake up drained, sometimes with bruises on your arms or your legs or your hips, like you were pinned down and attacked. A 3-bone witch. Puerto Rican. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. I don't exactly know what a 3-bone witch is, but I'm not judging. Sounds legit. Just because it's a new term for me doesn't mean it's not real. And what I do know is that generational magic or belief systems can absolutely be spilled down. In fact, a lot of the people in my family are not spiritual, but there were a few grandparents or like great grandparents who are or were. I think some of them, the gifts skipped, but really I think what it was some of them weren't equipped for them. These are like the Bible thumpers who shun people who are spiritual. So of course they were not qualified to hold the gifts that they're sitting there shunning people for having, right? So does it skip a generation, or are some people just not equipped or open to receiving the gifts is really the question. I get it. And I even have yeah, well, so are mine. My family are mostly Christian, but I did have a grandmother. Her favorite book was a past life regression book. Actually, this is her bracelet. And to be very clear, the family that some of them actually aren't Christian, some of them do believe in witchcraft, and they decided instead of being, open to spirituality on the light side, they would attack me. Like, these people are mad that they don't have the gifts. They used to come to me to my gifts, and then they persecuted me for having gifts with people who didn't like me for having them either, like ganged up on me with people. They used to come to me for help, and then when they joined up with people who were jealous of me for doing what I do, they ganged up on me too. And then they stole my inheritance when my grandmother died, and my daughters, which I'm sure I don't have to explain to you based on what you're saying. ancestors wouldn't be very happy about that and would probably still have, no pun intended, a bone to pick. Yeah, right. So that's what happened with that. But just quick side note. Also, that was Dee Dee Payne. That was my grandma, Nana Rose. 1022. There was a second house that my grandmother would go to vacation at in the winter with my grandfather when one of the businesses was closed. And the aunt that was doing this, she came on a plane from Florida for 3 days, just long enough to raid the house here. She took all the gold, all of the diamonds. She took thank you, a bank account full of cash, and then a whole closet full of purses, mostly Louis Vuitton, and some of those range anywhere from like $2 or $3 or $4 to like $12,000 on average as a baseline. Okay, so they stole a lot. And then 1222, and that was just in the location here. Then they jumped back on a plane to Florida, right? So they came to Florida just long enough to raid the house, and then went back to Florida. And then there's another condo in Florida that is like a vacation home. It's not theirs. She doesn't have a key to it, but she asked my grandfather, who was now grieving at that point, for the key because she wanted to do a second sweep and go steal everything she could from down there that was left. And I knew, because I'm psychic, that she was planning. I was having dreams about it, and my ancestors were warning me about it months before it happened. And then it did. She stole everything from here, and I let my grandfather know, this is what she's going to try to do. And I was told, yeah, she actually already asked me for the key, or she just asked me for the key, and I'm going to tell her no, so I can get down there first, see if your grandmother left anything, and then I'll give you what she left. Now, this isn't real. This is like costume jewelry. I don't wear this often. I don't wear a lot of the stuff like this often because I'm actually allergic to most metal. Wouldn't you know? It has to be high quality typically. So to sleep in this is not. I don't do that. Also, I think that hurts. In fact, I remember laying down last night and being like, you know what, that kind of hurts, but I don't really care. It's my Nana's, first of all. Also, I'm too tired to move right now, so I'm just going to sit here for a minute. And then I woke up in the morning. So there it is. Because I already heard it. Somebody's like, oh, I thought you don't have anything from your grandma. Now, this is like one little piece of costume jewelry that was left. Same thing with even the necklace and the gold necklace in there. It's not real. I think it's like plated in something. In fact, I know it is. But nonetheless. Oh, speaking of, look what I just looked down. I didn't even realize what I was holding. Dream and revenge. So they're mad that I'm whistleblowing. They're mad that I'm telling the truth about things like inheritance theft and falsely arresting people for speaking the truth and condoning, enabling, and assisting in domestic abuse. They're mad that they look like dirty cops. And they're mad that I won't shut up. And they're mad that having me falsely arrested twice for telling the truth by saying that I was lying when actually it's been proven that I wasn't, because they dropped all those charges, but I was physically injured and falsely arrested through the process twice first. They're mad that they look like dirty cops for falsely arresting another person. And the first one that I found out was a dude. They've done this to a bunch of people. I'm the only woman that I know about that they've done this to, but they've done this to a bunch of guys too, including with the whole stuff with kids in custody. They've been doing this to people for a long time. That's why they thought they could do it to me. Single, widowed mother. I looked like an easy target all alone with a Christian family who doesn't support her because she's a medium. Yeah, I looked like an easy target. No. I know what you're doing, Rundret & Co. Edgecombe & Co. Get out. There were a few more too. I saw you, and I know who your names are. I saw you. Okay? And these dirty cops at the Bar Harbor Police Department are part of the Freemasonic group. In fact, Kevin Edgecombe, one of the lieutenants of the police department, was the master of the Freemasons. Until they attacked me so much, I noticed what they were doing. And it's supposed to be a secret society. Have you ever seen the, it was Brad Pitt's movie? I think it's a gypsy movie, right? The first rule of Fight Club is, that's probably another reason why they're mad at me. First rule of Fight Club is don't talk about Fight Club. Second rule of Fight Club is don't talk about Fight Club. Well, they exposed themselves. I figured out what was going on with the secret society. So that's like talking about Fight Club. That they broke their own rule, and also I'm smarter than they are. I saw that. So when I exposed this publicly, I did some whistleblowing about it. They decided to attack me and retaliate harder. This is when the false arrests and stuff started too. You see. Because they wanted this to hit the floor. Look, extra emphasis on that revenge. They wanted revenge. I know. All high and mighty on their Bible-thumping horses, yeah? 1622. So they were targeting. I noticed and I spoke on it. They targeted me harder, so I spoke on it again because they were making themselves more known. And that's definitely not, don't talk about Fight Club. That's talking about Fight Club. And I'm not a fighter, I'm a lover, but I'll fight for what I love, what and who I love. You try to come between a mother and a child, you're done for. But that's what they did, so. This card fell. What is this? Yeah, it's a very serious issue. Don't fuck with Mama M. Gem. I will end you. I will end you and your whole career overnight. Love you. Which side of the Gemini are you going to pick today? Pick wisely. But Divine Masculine thinks I'm hilarious. Love you. I do love you, actually. I'm not being sarcastic on that one. Goodness gracious. Let's light some sage. So secondarily, right, they attacked. I spoke. They attacked again. I spoke. Then they demoted the master, right? Since they were talking about Fight Club being exposed, their master, who was the police lieutenant, right? The master of the local branch. They've got masters of the local branches, and then those masters are like, they all meet up and there's higher connections and whatever. But he was a master, meaning he was stupid enough to earn his way up into a toxic, demonic ranking system. And I think you've got to be pretty dumb to do that. Also, like, the trick of that is people leave. Often when people, even ex-cops, when they get to the top of those, there are videos about this. Ex-cops and people who used to be Freemasons have done whistleblowing videos about this. They're on YouTube. You can check it. I'll link them in the description. But anyway, they don't tell the people that are in the race for the Freemasonic top, pretty much, the Brotherhood, what they're getting into until they're at the top. Like, they keep certain information from all the people in the group until they get to like the 33rd degree or the very top levels, because there are different levels, right? And different levels of information that you're privy to. It's a cult. The people at the bottom don't get all the information, but they're required to do everything the ones at the top tell them to do, even if it's attacking people or women or children or being dirty cops or whatever, because if they do and they're just obedient, then they'll get to the top and they'll earn the information. But usually when they get to the top and they earn that information, unless it's a really evil, nasty person, they realize that they were being manipulated into just blindly submitting to something so toxic that they wish they hadn't wasted the time and the money and their life in. And by the time they get to the top and have the information that they need to know that they were in a cult that they shouldn't have been in, they're ready to leave. Okay. So it's a trick. It's a trap. Because if they gave the people at the bottom the same information that those at the top have, that choose to stay at the top, the ones at the bottom would quit long before they invested the time and the money and their life into the cult. 2022. That is a trap. And they're mad at me for seeing through it. You know, they tried to recruit my biological father. They've been targeting me. But didn't I tell you years ago? Yeah, they were trying to recruit my biological father. But why, you might ask? Oh, because whoops, he married the daughter of one of the Mason leaders, the masters on the other side of the island. Oh, whoops. Yeah, they've got masters for each town. John Driscoll, John A. Driscoll from the other side, Kevin Edgecombe from Bar Harbor. And wouldn't you know, I used to go to school with Kevin's daughter. Before they started targeting me, his daughter used to come in my live feed comment sections. Yeah, during my readings. What kind of man sent his daughter to do reconnaissance work for him? Not a good one, Kevin. And also, somebody's asking, did your dad join? No, he did not. In fact, I think that's partially why they tried to shun him, because he wouldn't join their little shithole. Now, did he help and support me through the last number of years? No. But according to him, he also wouldn't join their cult, so I've got to give him credit for that. Anyway, 2203. So I talked about Fight Club. I exposed the Fight Club. First, they attacked because I figured it out. Then they... I just got a big thumbs up on the screen. What was that? What was that? That was new. YouTube was... It is! It's because of the thumbs up. Do you see that? Is that just me? Don't tell me this. Is that a new feature? Is that only on the computer? The phone's not doing that. I'm so confused. All of a sudden I see these like a speech bubble pop up, right? Do you see that? What is that? And it's got a big thumbs up in it to match mine. I'm like, what? Okay. That's fun. I wonder what else we have. What other things can I do to activate those? I don't know. So when they started attacking me again, I spoke louder. And they demoted him. They took Kevin from the master and they put him as a lower rank because he wasn't doing his job as a Freemason. To hit and keep hitting, but also be quiet about it. Or to not just hit people, or to not attack people to the point where he causes such a scene and like all eyes on them. No. Dude did too much. They all did. Like impulsive teenagers who just have a bad idea in their head and they can't get the fixation out. And so they went from having this public website where they put all their information and their different masters and their weekly meeting lists or bi-weekly meeting lists. And now, because of me, oh, it's just little me. Right? If I'm not a threat, then why are they so spooked? Why have they been targeting me so hard? If I'm not a threat, right? If the truth I speak isn't a threat to their corruption and I'm just crazy or something, why do they try so hard to suppress and silence me? If I was just this crazy person, then nothing that I said should have mattered. But you see, they took extra steps to try to disprove me because I'm telling the truth and it's evident. Whistleblower. So there was that. And then they did something, which was a really big red flag. And they privatized their website. Now you can't even get onto their website without a password. This Divine Masculine thinks it's funny. You scared the Freemasons away. Yes, I did. And all I had to do was stand here and tell the truth. Multiple branches. Yeah. Yeah. Boo. One single lonely woman did all that. Must be powerful bitch, huh? Ooh, spooky bitch. All right, they tried to call me a witch again last night. Ooh, you better be careful. I'm going to cast a spell on you. With my magic wand. You better run. In case you didn't catch that, I'm kidding, but I am making fun of him. I think it's hilarious. Divine Masculine says, good, right, you make them the butt of the joke. Oh, don't mind if I do. Because all I want to do all day is wear crystals and a crown. Fuck the underwear. Can't get your panties in a bunch if you go commando. Next. As far as the rest of you goes, let me help you unbunch that spiritual wedgie real quick. Moving on. Okay, then. They took down their website? Yes, they did. Because I'm a spooky bitch. I guess. Or just honest, to the point where narcissists and liars run. Scurry off, little hood rat. Moving on. Look, I just split the deck a couple of times. We'll see where this goes. First of all, My Little Mermaid. There's love and union coming between them. Oh, look what's here behind it. I told you, marriage and rings. What are the odds of that? Dude, look. I can't even make it up. Hold on. What's this? We'll split it one more time. Protection, kindness, under. Right. Didn't I just say, ooh, Divine Masculine? First of all, he thinks I'm funny. Also, you better run. He's not very impressed with you. And I also know has been watching this, or will be later. Seeing these narcissistic shitholes getting their comeuppance, being finally caught and handled. As they should have been a long time ago. For putting Divine Feminine in such a serious situation where she didn't even have the time to play or create a lot of the time because she was so busy trying to protect herself from a bunch of so-called grown-ass men. Get real. Real men would never do that. Dream. But I did have a dream about their revenge tactics. And it was another attempt at a false arrest because they're mad at me for speaking the truth or they want to try to shut me up. Right. You can't press charges against us if you're locked up in jail. Wow. You can't keep coming after me if you are. Uno reverse. Sit. Because you don't know what see, some of the police reports that I've made, I know why they're doing this. You don't think I know what you're doing and what you think? It's all a misjudgment of your target. Well, she hasn't turned all the evidence in that she talked to us about in regards to some of those police reports she made about these people targeting her. No, because I've been doing other ththings and I have had bigger fish to fry on levels. They're coming. I've been composing them in my time. Yeah, heard. Yeah, they're, oh no, we misjudged her. Oh, what did you think? That I was so scattered by all the shit that you've been doing that I was just so fucked up I wasn't going to send it. I didn't even remember to. No, I'm organizing. You're just impatient and you misjudged your target again. Sit down. It's just a lot of information to pour over. That's all. It took me a minute because I've had bigger fish to fry and self-care to do. Something you wouldn't know the first thing about, clearly. You wash your ass and leave me alone. Thank you very much. Yeah, see, dark deal. You went in the wrong direction, buddy boy. Trying to force women to stay in toxic, domestically abusive situations. And it makes me question, why? Why would you want that? Why would you want somebody to be forcibly stuck in an abusive situation? What would make you want that for them? Unless you're also an abuser and you don't want to address or call out another abuser because it means that you have to maybe question and check your own behavior towards other people where it parallels. It's not a cute look either way. Either you're evil, so you support and condone abuse, or you're also an abuser, which is why you don't want to put another abuser in check, because it would mean basically checking yourself through that behavior. Otherwise, that would make you a hypocrite, right? Can't call out somebody for being abusive when you also do the same things on the side. So they would just rather not call people out. They just rather condone toxic behavior from others. That's identical to their own. Yeah. Okay. Lack of evolution. Also, that would be the concept of yes men, bunch of henchmen needing a bunch of other idiotic criminals around them just to convince them that their bad ideas are good ideas. And then they need each other to help cover up their crimes. You know what that is, babe? That's sociopathy. Grand Rising. Guess who's rested? Not you. Kicked your ass in the astral plane last night, though, didn't I? Maybe you should have stayed out of my face. Fucked up your own day, too. Trying to hit mine. Divine Masculine says they're going to regret not leaving her alone. You know what, baby? I think they already do. But you're right. They're about to regret it a lot more. You're not even scared. No, I see right through them. They're going to prison. That's their karma for trying to put me there falsely. They're going for real, and they deserve it. 3222. Yeah, forced sin, cutting the dark side of human. These are toxic people. Yep, trying to conceal the truth or force things to be that are not meant to be because they don't want to be rejected. They don't want to be sat down. They wanted to isolate people because they didn't want to be the ones sat in jail and be isolated. Or they wanted to cause such an issue for people, like ending of situations or causing like such problems for Divine Masculine. It made her look bad. Like if we have her falsely arrested, she'll look like this criminal, and then her Divine Masculine won't want her or like her, and she'll be an easier target for us, and we can isolate her. And yeah, that's a slander campaign, actually. That's an obfuscation tactic, which really just means a distraction from the truth or an attempt of it. To obfuscate means to try to keep people from seeing the truth, and you're doing it by distracting them with lies or some other bullshit. Like, don't look at the fact that we're abusing this divine feminine, or she's telling the truth about us. Just focus on the fact that we had her falsely arrested. So she must be a criminal, and she must deserve the abuse we're inflicting. Do you hear yourself? It sounds like you need psych therapy, dirty cops, and also a prison cell, a 4x4 prison cell with an inmate named Bubba. I tell you what, they will not be letting you out of the clink. Toodles. Okay, dirty cop says, I'm not going in. Yes, you are. Not if you first. You know, you sound like a petulant child. Not if you first. I can try to compete with you. There's no competition. I can prove that you're lying and I'm not. End of discussion. You should know that. Except for the fact that you're not a very good cop. So it wouldn't surprise me if you didn't actually know the law. But it's on my side, not yours, honey. Anything else? the nurse. I'm telling you, this divine masculine says, no, they're not going to hurt you anymore. I love you. I've got you. We got this. Right? You're a healer. There's no need for somebody who does nothing but love and heal people to be under attack. You deserve the same thing you're giving out and then some. I know. Me and my bedhead. Fuck them. 35-22. Right. Betrayal. These people are toxic as shit. Who cares about them? Not me. Bye. I know. I agree. You'd think if they didn't like you, they just let you go. Like if they didn't like you that much and they didn't want you here, they would just let you leave and leave you alone so that you could. Yeah, but they don't. See? Because who are they going to use as a punching bag if I'm not here? Who are they going to use as a scapegoat? Who are they going to use to try to get attention and clout? I'm the celebrity on this island. And you know what? When some of them tried to falsely financially extort me in court a few years ago, they were complaining about how many followers I had on my different social medias while trying to false flag them into being shut down, mind you. By saying things like there were children doing drugs or playing with fireworks in the house while they were holding my only child hostage. And I was in the house alone with the cats and not even on screen. It was facing the wall like it often is when I'm not on screen. Okay. They're so mad. Time to say goodbye. Yeah. They complained to a judge how many followers I had at the time. And my lawyer said, well, she sounds like she's just a local and internet celebrity. And I had less then than I do now. And I haven't been advertising or growing my business like I do when I'm actually like fully working. It's just been growing organically. It would be a lot faster and more effective if I was actually on it the way I used to be. I had somebody else to help, but right now I've just been trying to survive. Right. Divine masculine's like, and that's not fair. I know, especially with the false flagging and the shadow banning. Like they tried so hard to block you and then say you were not successful. And that's the thing, is they're so mad that they can already see that I'm getting out of this scummy bummy bottom feeding town and they're stuck. So it's crabs in a barrel. They don't want me to get out because it will remind them that they're not. These are people who don't want to see other people doing better at all, let alone better than they. They failed to acknowledge that if they'd been halfway decent, I would have brought success and glory and all things good to this place in this town. But you see, those are evil people. These are evil people. They don't think like that or work like that. So does God think that they deserve those things? No, certainly not off of my blessings and hard work. So they can stay here and I'm moving on with my daughter. Toodles. I know what they're doing and why. Even if they don't understand their fucked up motive for jealousy, I see through it. I see the inside of their heads and why they're doing what they're doing, even if they're doing it obliviously. And I'm not impressed or interested in any of it. Yeah, dream, time to say goodbye, balcony. And see divine masculine's coming like, look, I don't care what they said or did. I love you. Let's spend some time together. Let's elevate together. It's time to say goodbye to these awful people. We have dreams to build and live and achieve together. They're not going to block us anymore. Not from each other, not from our destiny, not from our path, not from our future, not from our family and the children that we're creating, for starters. Phone is tapped. Hidden app tracking you, seeing everything that's done on your phone. Yeah, we know. Haters created spell bottles or like jar spells, puppets, and evil instruments made for you to be destroyed, buried your name in the graveyard. Yeah, we know that. I've called that out all week. It's just cult behavior, really. That's all. Hey, prepare a spiritual protection chain, bracelet, etc. Yeah, already. Hello, got it. Remote viewing, looking into your life through their mind. So this could be trying to read or get like readings on people. Hired spies to spy on you. They sit in your parking lot and try to get into your Wi-Fi. Or these are people who will recruit like toxic people in the neighborhood that are close enough to do it for them. Pay them off or whatever, bribe them. They hate to see you shine. Oh, I know. You can't stand to see me shine. Better buy a visor. You don't ever cross my mind, what's up? sheep to a tigress, on your horse so high, swear to God I'm higher. It might feel like your haters are winning, but it's because you do not see their karma. Your spirit team is whooping their asses. And I did tell the doctor a few days ago that that's what would be going on. And there it is. Do not focus on their karma. Focus on your healing and victory over your enemies. They cannot stop you. I know. You want to tell me about the dream I had, the dirty cops and the arrest? Anything else? You want to tell us about that? Thank you, God, for the clarity. I love you. More water. Let's see what fell, shall we? They're trying to make you lose your job, sabotage opportunities, business ventures, or anything pertaining to your finances. Yeah, we know that. Performing spells for you to get into a deadly or bad car crash, whether it's ran off the road or drinking while driving or being hit by a drunk driver. Be careful. Haters performing spell work to cause mechanical breakdowns in your car or family car. They want that to happen. It's giving Bonnie and Clyde karma, actually, cyclically. Come be my wife, come be my bride. Just got chills. What you got could make me fall in love. You remind me of drugs. And I don't know what it is, but you got me weak. You're on my mind when I sleep, oh yeah. Bonnie and Clyde. They want you to be feeling moody, hopeless, and depressed. I mean, basically, some of these people wish that we would just be so sad based on the damage that they were doing that we killed ourselves, because then they wouldn't have to look like murderers, or they would be able to say, see, told you that person was just crazy. Not that we try to drive them crazy to the fact that they felt like they had no other choice. I'm not going anywhere but up in life. You're not coming with me, okay? Thanks. Insiders attacking you. I need to stretch. They can be your closest relatives, like your mother, a father, sister, brother, child, or children. Or they could be trying to use people in your family, right? Like even holding hostage situations and such to do it. But in other cases, it's like the inheritance theft bit. Copycat bitch. Everything you do, they say they do it and they say they did it first. They do it and they say they did it first. Beware of this person and try to avoid them at all costs. We know that. Someone you love trying to cause chaos and fights in your love life using spell work. Told you. Could be a family, an ex, or even someone close to you. Or if it's not somebody close to you, it could be somebody close to an ex that you have, like that they're dating, or an ex that they also dated after you, or maybe before you, or something that still has a beef, or is mad that they're not wanted, or like whatever. It's just weird. These people are weird. They need fucking therapy, all of them. And then some. I told you, a group is planning and plotting for bad things to happen to you, but it's not going to work. An old friend or enemy is upset over some old shit and they want revenge. I know. I'm mad that our attacks against you didn't stick. I'm mad that we tried to have you falsely arrested and it backfired on us. Oh, you're mad that you're about to cost the Bar Harbor Department a lot more than $150,000 in fines. I'm going to bankrupt your ass. All of you. Bye. And then leave. That's what you get for trying to mess with me and my money and keep me stuck in a fucking hellhole. Bye. How's that karma taste? Bit like my toes in your teeth, eh, bitch? Run. And stay out of my dreams. Although I can't complain to God for ratting you out. I'll take that. God wants me to tell me what you're doing so I can combat it. Go forth. 44. But how about you just cut that shit out so neither of us would have to deal with it? Me, the dreams, or you, the fallout from the consequence. Eh? Okay. Or dirty cops, insiders. We already know. And there were a few more dirty cops that were in this dream I didn't list by name. So there's that. Cameras and microphones are secretly in the house or somewhere you're residing, watching your every move, violating privacy, getting a serious drop. Check your dwellings for, I already know. And then also, in some cases, mind you, that's why the whole false arrest thing plays out. Because they want an excuse to go through your house and then be able to raid it once they think you're not in the property, on the vicinity anymore. You see? And I think they let my cats out on purpose. After I deliberately told them not to. You have to be pretty stupid to do that. Especially then to lie about it on paper when there's video and audio, body camera, and cruiser evidence that shows and you could hear otherwise about. You mean so they lied on paper, but it doesn't match the videos and the audio from their own body camera footage? Yeah. Well, that's not very smart. You know what was less smart? Trying to use that to falsely arrest people. Right? Pause. So you're telling me that the same video evidence that shows that they lied on paper is the video evidence that they tried to send to court and use against? Yeah. So they gave me copies of the videos that show that they were lying in the paperwork that they filed in order to create those court dates in the first place. Oh, whoops. Bitch, not my whoops. Checkmate. But in a reverse. How about that? Grand Rising. Don't fuck with me. Hater performing spell work to make people not like you and attack you anywhere you go, whether you know these people are not stable. It's just chaos and conflict magic. And if these people are so low vibrational or toxic to the point where they're open to that anyway, good. Expose your asses. Show your whole asses to the world. Because anybody who matters knows that anybody coming for me isn't it. Like I said last night, when somebody came here complimenting me on everything, somebody who's been here for years, mind you, complimenting me on everything and saying that they keep coming back for the same reasons, that these local criminals or criminals in general don't like me. Boo-hoo, I don't like you because you're honest. I don't like you because you're spiritual. I don't like you because la 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 la. You're a chill vibe and I'm going to disturb your peace. Yeah, but that's you. Everybody else loves me for that reason. So, bitch, that's a you problem. How about you go to therapy and stop Googling my name? What happens if you don't like something on the TV? You change the channel, right? Maybe stop Googling my name to find reasons to upset yourself. Did you ever think about that? Probably not, because you're impulsive and stupid. Can't relate. It's not a TV channel. Yes, it is. Why do you think it's called YouTube? YouTube, because it's me, it's my tube. YouTube says this is your tube, right? You know, TVs are often called like the tube. Are you going to watch the tube? The television used to be called the tube. It's like 80s, 70s, 80s slang for the television, the tube. Okay. YouTube, it's me tube, YouTube. Okay. Why do you think YouTube calls my account a channel? Like changing a channel on a TV, right? YouTube, you're on my channel. All you've got to do is change the channel, but you don't because you're obsessed with me. Stupid. You want a reason to have an issue with your day. You want. Sounds like an adrenaline addiction to me, honey. You need some help and some therapy. Or a dopamine addiction, I don't know, right? Like they're getting pleasure out of hurting people, or they feel the need to create some kind of panic just to feel good about themselves. Either way, that's either an adrenaline addiction or a dopamine addiction, I would say, and it's not healthy either way. So maybe they should stop doing that and go to therapy, don't you think? I think. I know. In fact. I'm going to adjust a little bit. We need a charger. Here we go. Oops. Mars. Get in there. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I don't want to hear it. Somebody else is like, they tried to ruin your life. I'm so sorry, babe. I know. I'm sorry. You can't sneak up on me and not tell me. You can't do that. I know. I'm sorry. You were sleeping. He snuck up silently. I had no idea he was there. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You okay? I'm sorry. He says, I'm okay, Mama. Just scared me more than anything. Scared me too, my love. I'm so sorry, Benz. You want to get up or down? Up or down? Down. You want to get down? It's okay. It's sorry. Oh, baby. Get you some cuddles. Oh, it's a cuddle baby. It's a little cuddle baby. It's a baby. Huh? I love you. Were so cute. Look at those belly flops. You want some belly rubs? You're just the cutest boy. You were so cute for me. I love you. I'm so sorry. I feel bad. He's already over it, but I'm not. You were so sorry, Mr. Man. It's a baby. I don't like that you're on the battlefield, Mom. Oh, baby, I don't either. I'd rather have much nicer dreams, but, sometimes, my love, we just need to know where the grenades are coming from, and I do. Divine Masculine's making me laugh. Anyway. Why did we do that to her? We're never going to get away with anything. Shh, peanut gallery. Anything else? Take a spiritual bath. I'm about to. That's where I'm headed now. With my bedhead. Yeah, grouper planning. We know that. These cards just flew out. Hold on. Stuck out. Remote viewing. Yeah, we know that too. Already did that one. Copycat bitch. Already did that one. Chaos magic. Already did that one. It's the same cards. It's just the same stuff. Stank bitch pulling on your energy. And you know what? I smelled that yesterday. This karmic female who smells like a shitty diaper. No. Somebody says, well, why would she smell like that? She's a dirty person in spirit and then otherwise also. So 2 things. She's careful, babe. I got a cat under my feet. Hi, my love. She's either like not bathing, and I smelled it. I heard that gross. Yeah, I agree. Or her spirit is so nasty and ugly, like demonic, that I can, again, smell it. And sometimes that happens. It's like demonic spirits. They have the sulfuric smell, which, in other words, smells like rotten eggs or a shitty diaper. Go take a bath, bitch. Or get an exorcism, or both. Sounds like you need it. 5422. And if you don't think I know specifically who you are, you thought wrong. Crazy. Yeah, trying to be a business rival. There's no competition. You're just a loser. Go put your ass in the bath and stop. Right. You may feel like your haters are winning, but they're not. They're catching karma. Oh, I know. Girl, I can smell you. I can smell it. You stinky. I'll be over here, right? Just smelling the flowers in the breeze. Bye. hate to see you shine. Well, you're about to be a lot more hateful then, because I'm about to elevate up a few notches. You want to talk about being angry at a glow up? I'm not done. Watch me glow up one more time. Is that Doja? Yeah. Oh, did you see that? He just grabbed the sage off of the counter. Okay, guess we should light that. I'm listening, my boy. Karmic says, why do you have to be so pretty? Even in the morning, why do you have to be so bitter? 24 hours a day. Straight into the next one. Why do you have to be such a bitch? Why do you require such a response from me is the better question. Because not everybody does. Some people hear me when I'm soft and quiet, and some people hear me when I say nothing. It's just not as common. Why do you think I reserve my energy for those who deserve it and nobody else? Queen. I'm a little bit like clean. Baby, found out you. Just want to wear crystals and a flower crown all day. Some days. Your spirit team is handling the situation. Someone is doing white magic to protect you. This could even just be prayers, just to be clear. But then also I mentioned that the incubus, succubus energies attempting to mess with people in the dream state in their sleep. Oh, karmic is Aang's a karmic female. Okay, anything else? What are these that fell? Did we do these already? Yeah, those ones already came out. Those are just cover cards too. No. One more. Hi, baby. What are you doing? You just mooned the camera, sir. Not that he hasn't done that before, but usually it's not broad daylight. You're just a baby kitty. I love you. You're a baby. I know, I love you. Your claw's digging into my shoulder a little bit. Ow. I know. Oh, you want a bath? You want me to help you take a bath? Sometimes he'll lick my fingers and then he'll want me to like clean behind his ears and rub it on his, like I'm his mommy. Because I am. But I figured out what he was doing. Want this? Oh, no, you want it. You a little bathy? Want me to give you a bath? Yeah. I heard that. He's asking you to help him groom. Yeah, I know. Just my baby. I got you, my love. I do. I got you. I do. Oh, so good. He's good cuddles. He really is your baby. How do you not understand that yet? There's a reason I treat them the way that I do. And I feel so bad when they get under my feet. Little feet or not. Because your feet are littler. Just a cute little feet. I love him. He's so cute. Thanks for the kisses. I know. You just hang out here all day if I let you, huh? All day. All day like a baby. Oh, my baby. Yeah. Just a baby. Just a little baby. Just a good boy. Just a baby. I love you. I need my hands for a few minutes, honey bunny. Just love you. I know. I'll give you kisses. Ouchie, that's my finger, you goofball. So silly. Oh. Oh, what did I say about the neighbor crap? Yeah. See, this is why they didn't apprehend the criminal next door. Hired neighbors. Oh, yeah, I know. But I'm going to sue the shit out of them for that, too. It's unnecessary harassment, and it was indeed undue. It will be their undoing, too. KO'd. Ooh. Yeah, kamikaze if you think you're going to knock me off the top, bitch. You better have my money, though. Rihanna. 101.22. Hater, we already did that one. Planning to poison you or spell work you with food. They want to invite you to a party, offer to take you somewhere to eat, or offer for you to come over for dinner. Yeah, I don't do that. Certainly around here. Okay. There is a reason I don't do that. People already tried poisoning my water supply. Did you know that? Years ago. Somebody in particular, part of another little cult around here. So no. There's a reason I cook my own food. And I don't take it from other people. Somebody tried to give me a loaf of bread that they made at one point. No. Do you think I eat that? No, it went in the trash. It's not very nice. Yeah, it is. When you know that people are trying to put poison in your food and have been for a while. It's not very smart of you. I am a nutrigenomics educator, professionally speaking, in part. Think I'm not up to par on proper nutrition. I'm also an herbalist. I'm pulling out my herbal medicine cabinet, and Divine Masculine's like, she's got like a whole apothecary there. Baby, you have no idea. You have no idea. I have an idea. You might have some, but you don't really have a true idea. You don't. And I know you don't. I'm not even going to take them both out right now. This is just one. This is one, just one. This is just one. These are vitamins. The rest of these are not. These are all just this one. Those are all herbs. Those are all flower essences and herbal tinctures. So are these. I've got another one of these in there too, but I'm not pulling both of them out right now. I'm a naturopath. Who did you think you were fucking with? Somebody you shouldn't have been. Anything else? It's Divine Masculine's like, that's why they've been trying to do the false arrest setup thing. You don't even let them close enough to take you out the like traditional ways that they have to try to take people out. So they've tried to get creative. Yeah. Same thing with domestic abuse and stealing and siphoning and funneling of financial income. I kicked the people out of my environment and actual house that used to rob my wallet. And because they couldn't steal from my pocketbook anymore, they decided they were going to try to find ways to creatively file fraud through the state, wire fraud at that, through the state, to funnel my income away from me before it could even properly clear my bank account. Often. At least in one sector. So
what happened was they were tunnel visioned on an outcome, which was my destruction and demise, my death. And they kept trying tactics to see which ones would, like throwing spaghetti at a wall, just hoping something would stick. Same thing with the false allegations. They tried so many times to have me falsely arrested before they actually managed to do it twice. And they still are in trouble because my lawyer proved that I was telling the truth and they were lying and all the charges were dropped. I'm suing for that. For the time wasted, for the false allegations and the slander, and for the injuries it caused too. I'm suing for all of that. Financial damages, anything cost me in time and money and work. Yeah, you're all paying for that, all of it. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. Maybe not yet, but a court will make you a federal. I'm taking this to federal court and you've already been cooked in advance. The law is not on your side. It is on mine. That's why I'm taking you to court. Do I want to do that? No. Is dealing with things like that enjoyable? No. I'd rather be at peace in my happy little life. But if taking you to federal court rebalances the scales and gets you the fuck out of my face, then so be it. It's a necessary responsibility, isn't it? Because you're just an unnecessary evil. Toodles. Thank you very much. Anything else? Yeah, divine masculine's coming through and saying, I got you, boo. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. I love you. I got you. We're going to conquer them together. He says, like we claimed all of Egypt before. Yes, sir. Yes, Daddy. There's a Carmen who's mad. I think I'm going to drop the mic right there. Please remember to pray. Do no harm. Take no crap. And I will definitely catch you on the next one. 107.22. Blessings and namaste. Doodles.